السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله تعالى فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear brothers and sisters, we welcome you back to our Hajj presentation. Tonight is the night of the 25th of Sha'baan, 1444 years after the Hijrah of our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which coincides with May 15, 2023. Inshallah, today we are going to talk about Ihram, the declaration of the state of Ihram, wearing the dress of the Ihram and making the Talbiyah and all of that good stuff when we reach the Miqat. We are presently in the journey of the Umrah, and as we know that once a Hajji is about to reach the Miqat, or he is at the Miqat, he or she has to declare the state of the Ihram. The Miqat is that boundary around the Kaaba that cannot be crossed unless a Hajji is in the state of the Ihram. So from the north, as you can see from this map, the red dots are those points that the Prophet ﷺ, by Allah's permission, has appointed as the Miqat for the Hujjaj. As for the north, is the Miqat of Dhul Hulayfa for the people of Medina and those who are coming from the north. That is where they will declare the state of the Ihram. From the west, we have the Juhfa, and this is our Miqat when we are going towards Jeddah, to Makkah via Jeddah. When we are flying in, basically, when the plane is about to land to Jeddah, 20 minutes before that, we declare the state of the Ihram, because Jeddah is already in the Miqat. Jeddah is already in the Miqat. That's why before you reach Jeddah, you have to declare the state of the Ihram. How much? Approximately 20 minutes before the landing time. If you are in a Muslim carrier, they will mention that we are approaching the Miqat, either Saudi Airlines or Emirates or Qatar or Turkish or any of the Muslim carriers, then should be fine. If it's a non-Muslim carrier, then you should know this information so you're not confused. If you're going to Makkah via Medina, then you have to stop. If you're on road, by road you're going, you have to stop at Dhul Hulayfa. There is a masjid there, and you declare the state of the Haram there, and you pray 2 rakat there. This is because you are in the blessed valley. Dhul Hulayfa is the blessed valley. This is not because of the Ihram you're praying the 2 rakat. This is because you're in the blessed valley. That's what the Prophet did. As for the south, you have the Yalamlam, and this is the Miqat for the people of Yemen, or those who are coming from the south. And as for the east, you have Dhati Irq for the people of Iraq, and Qarn al-Manazil, and these are the Miqat for the people who are coming from the east. As with regards to the state of the Ihram, there are rules which are separate for men and women, and the rules which applies to both of them. So we will start with our sisters first. For women, the dress of the Ihram is the normal hijab, and the normal hijab, which is the jilbab and the khimar, covers everything. She is not allowed to cover her hands, and also she is not allowed to tie anything around her head. So the niqab with which the women that veil their face, that cannot be worn like the way they were tying, but rather what they can do is they can take the veil and they can pin it on both sides and they can cover their face. And this is most likely the most correct position with regards to the Hujjaj women. They can cover their face, but make sure you do not tie anything around your head. An associated question that comes, can I wear mask? Yes, you can wear a mask, but it is tied around the head. That's not a problem because this is for medical reason. As for men, our dress is a little bit different. We are not allowed to wear any tailored dress. So any shalwar, kameez, pant, shirt, pantalon, thobe, dishdash, underwear, ganji, nothing that is tailored around the body can be worn. So we have to wear that, as you know, the shawl with which we cover the upper part and the shawl with which we cover the bottom part of our body, and this is the untailored dress. So the dress of the ihram for the men can have millions of stitches. Stitches is not a problem. The problem is it cannot be a tailored dress. Also, men are not supposed to cover their head and they are not also supposed to cover their ankles. However, covering the head meaning like, caps, kulunswa, turbans and things like that. But if there's for medical reason you have to cover your head, that's not a problem. That is not a problem. With regards to covering the ankle, if you can wear the socks, and all the shoes and sandals are allowed, any types of shoes and sandals, because none of them actually covers the ankle. But if you cannot find a socks that covers the ankle, that should be also fine. You can wear that socks, not a problem, because the Prophet allowed the Sahabat al-Kiram to wear that kind of socks, and he did not tell them to cut the or trim the socks to uncover the ankle. So the cutting of the socks, if it covers the ankle, that has been abrogated. As for the rules that generally apply to both of them, we are not allowed to wear perfumes. No marriage can be done. No proposals can be conducted. No marriage can be conducted by the muhrim. No engagement can be conducted by the muhrims, or they can do it to others. No relationship with spouse. No hunting of land animals, and no cutting of hair and nail. This is while we are in the state of the ihram. Some pointers before we enter the state of the ihram: you should try to shave your the pubic hair, okay, and men should not shave their beard. Men should not wear gold rings. These are things which are prohibited for men, especially during the Hajj. We are not supposed to sin, so we should not do that. Cutting nails, you cut your nails. Use perfumes if you need to. Before you enter the state of the ihram. That will inshallah make it easy for you to get prepared too. So before we enter the state of the ihram, all of this, if you prepare yourself, inshallah, it would be good when you are in the state of the ihram and you feel not bad about yourself. The declaration of the state of ihram: if you can face the qibla and if you can stand, then you face the qibla and stand, although these are not obligatory. Then you say labbayka allaahumma bi umrah. Wallah, I am here to fulfill my duties of umrah. You can wear the dress of the ihram at any convenient place. So wearing the dress of the ihram has nothing to do with the declaration of the state of the ihram. Wearing the dress of ihram is one of the condition of the ihram. But by wearing the dress of the ihram, you are not in ihram. You are just wearing the dress. So let's say we are going from Austin via New York, then to Jeddah. A person can decide to wear his dress of ihram in Austin. So if he does that, does it mean that he is in the state of ihram? No, he is not. Actually, it is not allowed to be in the state of ihram unless and until we are at the border or on the miqat. Somebody can decide to wear the ihram in New York, or somebody can even decide to wear the ihram few minutes or couple of hours or 1 hour before they arrive to Jeddah. All of this is allowed, because by wearing the dress of the ihram, you do not enter the state of ihram. So if you wore the dress of the ihram before the miqat, while you are wearing the dress of the ihram, can you cut your hair? Yes. Can you cut your nail? Yes. Can you use perfume? Yes. Everything is allowed for you, except until you reach the border of the miqat, and you declare the state of the ihram. Once you declare, then all of this becomes prohibited until you come out of the ihram. And then after you declare the state of the ihram, you start the talbiyah, which is to say labbayk allaahumma labbayk, labbayka la sharika laka labbayk, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. This talbiyah should not start any time before you reach the miqat, rather after you declare the state of the ihram. After this, you do the talbiyah. So let's clarify the issues over here. We will talk about 4 things: intention, wearing the clothes of ihram, declaring the state of ihram, and talbiyah. First of all, intention. Intention, we spoke about it, is already in the heart. You're going to go to Hajj. Today, if I ask you, do you have the intention? You have the intention. So there's a common notion that people say we declare the intention of Hajj and Umrah at the miqat. This is a wrong statement. Intention, you already have it. Intention has nothing to do with the declaration of the state of ihram. It's like when we pray, we are going to pray Isha. Do we have the intention to pray Isha? Yes. When we stand, when we face the Qibla, we say Allahu Akbar. Did we declare the intention? No, we didn't declare the intention. We declared the state of entering the prayer. Similarly, This is how you understand. When you are at the miqat and you say labbayk allaahumma bi umrah, you are declaring the state of entering the ihram. Your intention has nothing to do with this. Your intention should be there before all the time. Wearing the dress of the ihram, we just clarified to you, this is one thing for you to get ready to declare the state of the ihram. But just by wearing the dress of the ihram, you're not in ihram. Okay, you can do everything. Some people, they wear the dress of the ihram, they start making talbiyah. I have seen that. Okay, because they don't know the rules. This is an innovation. You don't do that. You do it after you declare the state of the ihram. And now the third point is to declare the state of the ihram. This is when you are at the miqat, you say, oh Allah, I am here to do my duties of umrah. Labbayka allaahumma bi umrah. So now I hope you can clarify, you can differentiate between what is intention, what is the difference between wearing the clothes of the ihram and declaring the state of the ihram. Talbiyah. Talbiyah is to say, Labbayk allaahumma labbayk, labbayk la sharika laka labbayk, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika laka. This is, we are supposed to say it loudly. Men and women, there is no difference between them. Loudly, and from the time we declare. After we declare the state of the ihram, our talbiyah starts. And actually, from the time we declare the state of the ihram until we go to Makkah, until we reach Makkah, this whole time we should be busy making talbiyah. The Sahabat al-Kiram, they used to raise their voice so much so that by the time they reached Makkah, they would almost lose their voice. So do not waste that time by doing something else except talbiyah. Before we move to the next slide, quiz. What do we declare at the miqat? We declare at the miqat the state of ihram. We do not declare the intention. Second question, where do we wear our ihram clothes? You can wear your ihram clothes at any point. At any point. But make sure that you are wearing your ihram clothes when you are crossing the miqat, when you are at the border. That is the most important thing. However, what if you forgot and you cross the miqat? So if you forgot and you're crossing the miqat, now there is no time to change your clothes. What do? You declare the state of the ihram, your normal clothes. And then once you have the opportunity, you change it to your ihram clothes, no problem. Do you have to slaughter an animal? Some people, they will tell you to do that. There is nothing you have to do. There is nothing you have to do. Hajj is one of the simplest. The rules of the Hajj is the simplest of all of the rites of Al-Islam. The simplest. Okay. Can we do talbiyah when we are wearing our ihram clothes or after we wear our ihram clothes? No. Talbiyah should start after you declare the state of the ihram. What is the difference between intention and declaring the state of the ihram? Intention is in your heart. You don't verbalize it, and it's always there. As for the declaration of the state of ihram, you verbalize it and you do it at the miqat. Declaration of the state of the ihram is not declaring intention. In Islam, for any actions, we do not declare intention verbally. It's in our heart. Declaring intention verbally is a bid'ah. So those who say, Nu'aytu an usalli lillahi ta'ala, Nu'aytu an atawadda, Nu'aytu an asumu Ramadan, all of these are innovated words that are being taught to declare the intention. These are bid'ah. So this differentiation will inshallah help you to understand what is intention and what is the declaration of the state of ihram. Next question, can I continue to wear my ihram clothes after I come out of the state of ihram? Yes, you can. If you like the shawl and the rida and the izar, like the, the two shawls, and you feel comfortable, why not? Because just because you're wearing those dresses doesn't mean you're in ihram. So you can. How do I exit the state of ihram? Any dua? There is no dua. You exit the state of the ihram. You exit the state of the ihram with the actions. Like when you are in the umrah, you cut your hair or shave, you exit. Or in the hajj, there's two things. Either you throw the jamarat, and this is called the temporary exit, or you do the tawaf al-ifada around the Kaaba, the tawaf of the hajj, this is the permanent exit. We're going to discuss those things, inshallah ta'ala. That's how you exit the ihram. Do you say anything verbally? You're not allowed to say, you're not supposed to say. You know that you're exiting it, and these actions will make you exit the ihram. That's it. Another point we want to hear, just to verbalize, like point out the proper way to declare the state of the ihram. First, do I have to stand? If you can stand, is good. Okay. Do I have to face the qibla? Yes. If you can face the qibla, that is good. But is it standing and facing qibla is obligatory? No. What do I say? You say labbayka allaahumma bi umrah. Oh Allah, I'm here to do the rites of the rules of the Umrah, perform Umrah. Now you can add the additional statement. The Prophet taught, Allahumma mahilli haythu habastani. O Allah, make my hill, make my exit of the Haram wherever you stop me. If you make this conditional statement, this means that when you, in any case, during the Umrah or the Hajj, you have to leave because of emergency. You don't have to do anything. You just leave. But if you don't add this additional statement, you don't add this at the time of declaring the state of the Ihram, in any case, for emergency, you have to leave and you didn't complete your Umrah or Hajj, now you have to slaughter an animal. And you have to also cut your hair and exit the Ihram like that. But other than that, at that point, if you did make this conditional statement while you declared the state of the Ihram, then at that point, you do not have to do anything, you just go. Whatever you have to do, go and do it. Some things that the people confuse, do I have to raise my hand, one of my hand, both of my hands? People do these things. No, not Sunnah. Some people, they raise their hand, they kiss their hands. Is this correct? No, it is not correct. It's not the Sunnah. Do I have to pray 2 rakat, nafal? Some people, they say that after you enter the state of the Ihram, pray 2 rakat nafal. There is nothing like this. All of this is bidah. So these 4 points, if you remember, inshallah ta'ala, for the declaration of the state of the Ihram, anything other than that, people recommend you, people say, suggest you, people write down to ask for you, don't pay any attention to it. Follow the Sunnah of the Prophet. After that declaration of the state of the Ihram, what is the best thing to do? Talbiyah. You do the Talbiyah, inshallah ta'ala. Here's a picture of the Haram dress. I wanted to focus in the middle picture where you see this man, this brother, he is uncovering his right shoulder. This state you will only be in when you are doing the Tawaf al-Qudum or the Tawaf of the Umrah or the Tawaf of the arrival. Rest of the time, all the time, you must cover both of your shoulders. Most of the Hajji, unfortunately, they will always walk around, you will see during the Hajj, okay, with their right shoulder uncovered, thinking it is the Sunnah, thinking it is the right way to wear the Ihram. No. That you will only do during Tawaf al-Qudum. So I hope, inshallah, this will be clear and we will show, inshallah, the Ihram also properly. Flexibility. Ihram can have stitches, pockets, buttons, pins, safety pins, belts, string, several pouches. It is not necessary that you must be always upon the original set of Ihram clothes on which you declare the state of Ihram. It's not necessary. Which means you can have multiple sets of the Ihram clothes and you can change the Ihram clothes as needed, when needed, as many times as it is comfortable for you. However, one set of Ihram is more than enough. Can I use the same set of Ihram for Hajj Ihram too? Yes. You don't have to have a separate set of Ihram unless you want to. But is it required? No, it's not required. You can wear rings as long as men don't wear gold. You can wear watches, you can carry pouches, you can wear belts. No prohibition to carry anything around your neck, around your shoulder, nothing. So some people, they think that, oh, I'm not supposed to have anything stitches, so this pouch will have stitches. The watch has stitches. These stitches is not the problem. The problem comes when we say, I'm not allowed to wear unstitched, I'm not allowed to wear stitched clothes. This is not correct. You're not allowed to wear tailored clothes. As for stitches, it is allowed. And watch is not a dress. Ring is not a dress. Pouch is not a dress. Bag is not a dress. Belt is not a dress. It is something to tie around things. You can buy, sell, trade on anything during the state of Ihram. So some people might think that, oh, I'm in the Hajj, I cannot buy and sell. Of course you can buy and sell. No problem, inshallah. You can cover your head to avoid danger, sickness, etc. So men, we are not supposed to cover our head, but we can cover it if there's a danger or fear of sickness. You can carry an umbrella at any time for any reason. Okay, this umbrella is not covering the head. So there's some people, they misunderstand. They think that there should not be anything on top of the head. So some people, they go to Hajj and they do not ride in the bus because the bus has a cover. So their buses are cut, roofless. So they think that you cannot have anything. This is, of course, from the misunderstanding. Okay, there's nothing like this. Covering the head here means covering with the cap or a handkerchief, or with, things with which people cover their head. You can wear socks, but the ankles have to be bare. This is in normal circumstances. But if you cannot find such socks, socks covering ankles are okay too. Cutting was ordered in the beginning, but later on, the cutting of the socks was abrogated. So the ruling of the cutting of the socks is abrogated. You don't have to cut it. As with regards to footwear, any shoe, sandal, flip-flops are allowed. Some people, they think that the shoe should have only two straps. Is there something like this? Nothing like this. Can your whole feet be covered? Yes, your whole feet can be covered, like a shoe, proper shoe, but your ankle has to be bare. You can wear any type of shoe as long as the shoe does not cover your ankle. Huge misconception here. Anything is violated, you have to slaughter an animal. Okay, there are certain scenarios for which you have to slaughter an animal. But if there's any other mistake that happens without a proof, we do not have to do anything. There will people, they will recommend you to do these things. Don't go there. That's why some people, they go to Hajj and they end up slaughtering 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 animals because they made so many mistakes. And these people, they make the Hajj of the Muslims more difficult. More difficult. I want to also here mention something, that let's say you forgot to declare your state of the Ihram at the Miqat. What do? Whenever you remember, okay, you declare it. Okay, and we also already mentioned, you are not prepared at the Miqat. You're wearing your normal dress. What do? You declare the state of the Ihram. And then later on, you change your dress, inshallah, whenever it is possible. And you ask Allah to forgive you. That's it. That is as simple as that. What if I overslept and the plane is now in Jeddah? You woke up, you're in Jeddah, you're in the Miqat. Some people, they'll tell you, go all the way back to Miqat and do all of these things. None of this is needed. Wherever you are, you declare your state of the Ihram and you enter your state of the Ihram and you do your Hajj, inshallah, and no problem. There was one time one brother, he complained to, like, had asked a question that somebody was traveling from Jeddah to Makkah, and on the bus somebody vomited on him. So the one who was in charge of the Hajj group, he said, oh, your dress is soiled, your Ihram is soiled, you cannot continue, you have to go back to the Miqat and you have to change your clothes and you have to wear a new dress, and then you have to declare a state of Ihram again and come back. And there's nothing like this. All what he had to do is to clean his dress from the vomit, and that's it. So if you know these rulings, brothers, as we mentioned, Hajj, the rules of the Hajj is very, very simple. Okay, and these mistakes will not destroy your Hajj. It doesn't mean that you have to take things relaxed. You need to know the rulings and you have to be careful. You have to watch out. But in case things happen accidentally, you just fix it. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our Hajj a blessed Hajj and a Hajj Mabrur, accepted Hajj. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.